Where would we be, us ham radio operators, without fiberglass poles? They're widely used now. I mean, in days gone by, we had to buy aluminium tubing and joiners to connect the 2 bits or 3 bits of aluminium tubing together to make a mast. It was cumbersome. It's quite expensive, particularly now. And of course, a 10-foot or 12-foot length of aluminium tubing is not easy to transport, so the transport cost of tubing becomes quite expensive. But with the fiberglass mast, we have an advantage. 2 advantages really. It's very lightweight and it's telescopic, so it's easy to transport. The transport costs of fiberglass pole is no more expensive than a lot of other things sending by post or by courier these days. So fiberglass pole is quite an attractive proposition for many ham radio operators. A fiberglass pole, of course, is very great for portability. If you operate portable, then you can get a fiberglass pole in most car boots, and it's very easy to deploy. I use fiberglass poles myself now. I use one for supporting the centre of my half-size G5 RV. It does the job very well. It keeps the centre from sagging, takes some of the strain off, and of course fiberglass poles are quite good at supporting downward weight. They're not quite so good for lateral support because they do bend a bit, but a bent pole, it's not a problem. It's not going to break. They're very, very tough. And of course the fiberglass pole is also great for vertical antennas, and I'm working on a vertical antenna at the moment. The fiberglass pole makes it so easy. But one of the problems with a fiberglass pole is how do you support it? It's not so easy. The fiberglass pole hasn't actually got a standard width. I mean, we talk in terms of aluminium tubing as 2-inch diameter poles. That was the standard, probably still is the standard actually. 2-inch diameter pole. And a lot of aerials are designed to clamp onto 2-inch diameter poles. But fiberglass masts don't seem to have a standard width. So I'm going to tell you show you how I've supported my fiberglass mast in my garden recently. It's not the only way of supporting a fiberglass mast, but it's remarkably simple, it's remarkably cheap, and if you move house, it doesn't really leave much evidence that was a mast there in the first place. So let me show you how I've put a fiberglass mast in my garden, and I hasten to add, there are other ways of doing it, but this is the way I've done it recently. And as I say, it's simple. It's so simple, it's remarkably cheap, and it may just solve your problem. This is a washing, a dryer pole support, whatever you like to call it. This is the thing you put your rotary washing line in. You can get it from Amazon, you get it from B&Q, around about £10, £11. And the top section inside diameter is 50 mil, and the idea is that try and fit a fiberglass telescopic pole into this socket here, and if we can cement the socket into the ground, we've got an easy support. They normally come with a couple of adapters to take thinner mast sections, and these form the basis for a coil. If you cut that in half, you could probably make a couple of traps out of that. It's nice solid plastic. There's a very easy way of digging a hole without too much effort, and that's to use one of these things that you screw into the ground and you take a section of soil out. And the idea is to go down far enough so that I can then sink this into the ground, and hopefully it will support a fiberglass pole. I say hopefully, I'm pretty sure it will. I'm going to use this pole as a vertical, so there's going to be no lateral strain apart from wind, so I'm pretty sure that it will take the strain. We just need to make sure that we've gone down far enough Yeah, we need to go a little bit further. And then this has got a pointed section, well not pointed but a fin section. You go down a little bit further, then just hammer that into the ground. Doesn't need to go much further. And then just check that it's straight. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use some quick drying post cement, which I've got over here. I've already used it before. And it's very easy actually. All you do is you pour the cement into the hole. This is pre-mixed powder, it's cement and sand. Pour it into the hole and then just fill it up with water. And it sets within an hour or so. I mean, I wouldn't use it for a day or so, but it sets pretty firm within an hour or so. So it's pretty good. That's known as fence posts. What do they say? A rapid set mix, post mix. So something that will do the job, and it's not very expensive. And the fiberglass pole I'm going to use is a Spiderbeam pole, which I think is the 12-metre section. I'm pretty sure it is the 12-metre section. And if I take the bottom section out, in other words, that's the largest diameter section out, the next section down will fit into that 50mm socket that I'm going to cement into the ground. And it's very easy to take the bottom section off. You just remove the rubber bung at the bottom and effectively lift everything out apart from the outer section. It means to say that the mast is a bit shorter. It means to say that you lose the stronger or the strongest bottom section, but that doesn't really matter. Spiderbeam's masts are really strong, and as I say, if I lose, I'm losing about a metre in height, but that doesn't matter because I'm just going to put a vertical antenna up, and I've already checked that the whole thing will form okay. The basic idea is to actually form a 20-metre vertical, which needs to be 5 metres. It's called a quarter wave, 5 metres tall, and I want that about 2 metres off the ground. So I need about 7 metres height. So I've got plenty to play with. But anyway, the Spiderbeam, take the 12-metre version, take the bottom section off. It seems to fit quite easily into a standard 50mm ground socket for rotary lines. To prove the point, here's the socket, and it just fits really snugly over the Spiderbeam pole. You couldn't wish for a snugger fit. And of course, if you want a Spiderbeam pole, you know where to go. Waters and Stanton. And there we are, look, the finished hole. No digging. It's so easy, particularly this time of the year in the autumn when the ground is wet. A hole there ready for the socket to go into. Need a watering can and of course some water, which we're going to put into the hole, and that will ensure that the cement mix sets, hopefully fairly quickly. The instructions say fill the hole about a third with water and then pour in the cement powder, and I think the aim is that there won't be any water floating on the top, and just be enough water to bring the mix up to the top of the hole. This is where we find out whether it all works or not. I've put the bottom section of the mast into the socket because I don't want water to go inside there or the cement mix to go inside there. That stops anything going inside there while we're cementing. It also enables us to get a pretty good idea of whether it's straight. I'm going to just judge it by eye. I think I can judge it okay. Hopefully I can. So we're now going to pour some water into that hole. I've poured some water in the hole. I think it's soaking up a bit, but may put a bit more in. I'm going to use the trowel to put the cement mix in because otherwise it could go all over the place. So I'm not going to film this bit because I've only got one pair of hands. Well, there we are. That's finished. What I found actually is pour some water in, pour some of the cement mix in until it's sort of completely absorbed by the water. then pour a bit more water in, more cement until it's absorbed, and work your way up that way. I don't think it's necessary to accurately judge a third of the way up with water. Just water, cement until it's completely absorbed, more water, bit more cement, more water, bit more cement, and that seems to work okay. We'll find out. Now, so it's finished. I'll leave that overnight to set, and it looks roughly straight. Yeah, I think it's straight. Anyway, that's job done as far as I'm concerned for tonight, and we'll see what happens in the morning. Well, here's my fiberglass mast. It's pretty stable actually, and I'm quite confident that that base that I've put in is going to hold. This antenna here, by the way, is coming down. I'm going to move this. I kept this up in case I had a problem with this one. And I've been experimenting with, it's got course on there actually, I've been experimenting with a elevated ground plane. Let's get this, that's better. I've been experimenting with a elevated ground plane, and this is the purpose of this mast, and I'll talk to you about that at some future video. But if you want to put a telescopic mast in your garden, if you want to make a vertical, or if you want to support the centre of your dipole, get it up a bit higher, because after all the centre of the dipole is the thing that radiates, then a fiberglass mast may well be the answer. And the way I put it in the ground seems to work for me. As I said earlier in the video, I'm sure there are other ways, and if you've got other ways, you might want to comment below this video. Let others know the way that you support or install your fiberglass mast. But this is the way I do it. So as usual, thank you for watching this video. Much appreciated. Thank you for your support on this channel. It really is great to get so many views. And you know, some people say, Peter, I'm surprised that you don't feature more products. Well, I do occasionally feature products. Well, here's a product we stock, the fiberglass mast, Spiderbeam fiberglass mast. Very tough, very tough. This one, believe it or not, is 7 years old, and it's still nice and shiny, and it still works. So there we are. That's a good advert for the Spiderbeam telescopic mast. Why don't I feature more products? Well, I really like to put back into ham radio what I've taken out. I mean, I've enjoyed a career in ham radio, 52 years, and I know what it's like to be a newcomer into ham radio. I know what it's like to be somebody that's working on a budget. So I do sometimes feature products, and I will continue to feature products, but that's not the be-all and end-all of this video channel. If you are thinking of buying a spider pole, of course we stock them, as I've mentioned in this video, but if you want an independent view, then check out MM0 OPX's video channel. I'll put a link below this video to the video he has published, and it just shows you how superior the spider poles are to some of the other cheaper fiberglass poles on the market.
So the Spiderbeam 12-meter HD, the Rolls Royce, so it's really heavy duty. You could see why this pole is used by so many MD expeditions.
So, as I say, thank you for your support on this channel, much appreciated. Don't forget to press the subscribe button, it indicates how well we're doing. It doesn't cost you anything at all. And also thank you for your support at Waters and Stanton. We've got a wide range of products, a wide range of in-stock products, and we do try and get those products out to you very, very quickly. We pride ourselves on the backup service we give, and we also pride ourselves on the speed in which we get the products to you, because we know that is important to you. So there we are. That's enough for me in this video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching this video. And as usual, I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.